Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. My intention is not to create panic or to scare anybody. My intention is to provide you with information, news that I get from other sources, and my analysis. Now, if my analysis creates certain kind of ill feelings or, little problems, so be it. I don't do it, in bad faith, or I'm not doing it to hurt anyone. Should I put it? Purposely. I don't, So the other thing is, if someone doesn't like my comments, they can always leave. But my comments are made in the way that I understand the world and the articles I provide from other sources that I pick and I think that are interesting. So I will start by saying you will own nothing and you will be happy. This is an article here that I think is just another sign that I could say leads to that, slowly but surely. This article comes from Yahoo News from September 1st, 2022. European cities look to phase out cars in transportation revolution. All right, so you will own no cars and you will be happy. Some already decided for you, all right, and for me in the future. All right, let's see what these guys are saying. Barcelona, Spain. Last week, California's Air Resource Board announced that the state would ban the sale of new gasoline-powered cars in 2035 in order to fight climate change, by encouraging the transition to vehicles that don't rely on fossil fuels. So this is the first step. Actually, this is the second right now. So it's just, they encourage you. I tell you what the end, the slope of the mountain, they say you can't have that. That would be the end. That's my assessment. The way I understand the world, and I saw pattern in reporting, and when they want to push something very, very naughty, they start like this, and they eventually end up telling you exactly they want to tell you in about 2 weeks. All right, so now they are just, they encourage, and all right, so it says, months earlier, the European Union made a similar announcement, effectively ending sales of new internal combustion engine vehicles across the entire 27 country bloc that's home to 448 million Europeans, starting the same year. You got that? All right, I'm glad. So the ban of gasoline power in 2035. Some decided that we all must fight the global warming that some people, say it's that and that and that. And we all have to fight that. And by having to fight that, we have to give up some of our lives because other people decided for us. And you have to be happy. Now, let's extrapolate this a little bit. I'm pretty sure that to fight global warming, air conditioning is a problem. I think that heating is a problem. Electricity is a problem because all that, as long as it's based on fossil fuel, that's a problem. And in my assessment, we will not be able to switch on renewable wind and sun for the whole planet. I don't see that happening. But let's say, so when they do that, well, how are we going to make you turn off or lower your temperature, your lights, your life? Okay, and then we have to understand that a house with land creates a big problem for the environment for many reasons that they will provide us in the future when they're going to make the point. Right now they're at the beginning, before they start up. And we will not have to have houses. We will have apartment buildings as the communists build in Romania, in Eastern Europe, as I said, in Romania, Hungary, in Russia, in Ukraine, Soviet Union, and so on. I traveled to those countries. This is what the communists did. They took people with private property from the villages, from whatever, and they built very nice apartment buildings. And they could turn off and on whenever they want the electricity. the water, the heating, everything, because it was a control center of all this, and that was owned by the state. So when the state wanted to turn it off, it turned it off. When they wanted to limit it, they limited. So you didn't have it. What you could do, if you could find heaters and you plug it to create more heat in the home, that was one source. But it was very expensive, the electricity. The same with the gas. You turn on the oven. That's how we did. Turn it on the oven, turn the burners with a gas flame. And in the nighttime, sometimes they turn that off and it was just the gas going. And then when you come, hey, let me smoke, boom, bang, because, sorry to break the news, people were smoking inside the house at that time, as my father, and United States until about, what, 30 years or something. And right now, people want to smoke within their households. That's their choices. I don't like smoke. I don't like smoking. But people's lives and their lungs, they can do whatever. So I'm just giving you examples how these guys can control little by little, including your housing. They can say that having a big population of people populating this planet creates global warming big time, because they say that this is a man-made, not man, it's improper, human-made cause. Causes are created by humans. So what would be the best suggestion for that? You know where I'm going with that, but I'm not going because I'm on YouTube. All right? So that would be, the best way. You have wolves in the forest that comes in a village to eat, let's say, sheep. What are you going to do? Yeah, you try to build walls and so on, but they're going to catch the sheep in the field. What are you going to go and shoot the wolves? You decrease the number of the wolves or exterminate them, as they did in many countries in Europe for that reason. And then no more wolves, a lot of sheep. The same here. No more people, maybe. The environment will live forever and will be fantastic for nobody. So you see, with this little step that they push, what do you mean no cars? That infringes your freedom of transportation. Imagine, okay, honey, we're gonna go to the seaside. Let me buy the bus tickets. We're gonna go by bus. Imagine you go by bus, let's say from Minnesota to Florida. All right, how great that would be. And besides, maybe there's not going to be hotels on the way. There's going to be only tents, because the hotels, they use their conditioning and they destroy the environment. So if you go that route, when will you stop? Never. Because you're always going to find something that you can, hey, if we do this, we're going to save the environment. Let's do it. And they will tremble, step on your rights, on your life, on your freedom. My hand here is not doing what you think it is doing. I have to keep it up, so I can't be like Putin, like hold it right here, the desk. So down again. So once they start, they're not gonna stop. What are they gonna do? What are they gonna do? Own nothing and be happy, right? If they're gonna give you this too, but they're gonna give you this too, and that's gonna keep you happy, not owning everything, because it's impossible to not own anything, to have no property, nothing. I'm just exaggerating, or basic stuff, and be happy about it. Like live like a cattle. There are people who like living like that and say, okay, you know what? Let someone else give me food, shelter, whatever shelter, what kind of food, I don't care. I have no expectation of my life. I don't want to read a book. All right? I don't want to watch TV. I don't want to go and be able to go travel and see other places. I can, enhance my knowledge, experience, and live my life. I can go in the mountainsides because that's about 2,000 miles away from me, so I can walk there. I can take the bus. I mean, I can, but you know what that is. Everything is going to be worse. So these are, I think it's step number, hands up. Step number 2. Look, I'm going to look for these things. I'm going to look for these things little by little in the name of global warming and war on terrorism, war on Ukraine, on Russia, war on that. They will act. And their actions will be like, we have to, in the name of the general good. And they will have a lot of supporters because, as I said before, the big majority in the population they have a certain kind of mentality that Nietzsche talked about, and I told you about this morality and that morality. Just look at Friedrich Nietzsche, and you're gonna figure out what I'm talking about, if you don't already know. So, good luck. No more cars. Tomorrow will be no more houses. Tomorrow will be maybe no more people. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.